All right, guys. Second episode, Attiring Life. First
Yes.
episode went really smooth. Today, guys, we're still going. It's gonna be a great episode, though. One. How are you feeling today again?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Weather is perfect outside. We've been very lucky lately with the weather here.
Guys,
'Cause
Miami.
Yeah, it's
There's a
Miami.
little breeze.
It's normally hot, but lately it's been cool and kind of like sunny outside, so just perfect. I'm
I
feeling
love
really
it.
good today.
Well, what do you think about that? Because for me personally, I don't like the cold, but like today's like perfect, bro. Like it's
yeah,
amazing.
like when it's like 70 or so, it's like not hot, not too cold.
Right.
It's just perfect to be outside. It's just good weather. I just love it, to be
I
honest.
love it. So, guys, for today's episode, we kind of mentioned in the last episode as we kind of shifted into it, the concept of self-growth, self-improvement. First things first, before we start, what comes to your mind when you think about, like, why do people choose to, like, as cliche as it is, like, why do you think people choose to improve themselves? Because it's a simple question,
Yeah.
but like, what do you think is, like, why do you think it's essential for daily
I mean,
growth?
it's just most people, when you kind of like start to make a big change
Yeah.
in your life and like look for things that you can improve the way
Right.
you like function pretty much every day.
Right.
It's because you kind of like at some point sit down and you realize that you're not maybe like happy or comfortable with how you're doing
100%.
things now, and
You have to acknowledge your flaws. in your life.
yes, and you kind of like realize I could be doing so much more. And when you
100%.
realize that, and you kind of like start looking into what can I do to actually make the most out of my day and
Right.
actually be the best I can be. And that's when you kind of like your journey kind of like take off and you
I
start
agree.
doing that research.
And do you find it like challenging, kind of like making those little adjustments in your life to like kind of just improve? Because a lot of people, like, in general,
Yeah.
like, they're not really used to change. You know what I mean? But for
Mhm.
you, like, before I start asking you like the main questions and everything, like, do you find it like challenging to kind of just adjust your daily routine?
It is. It is because remember that up until that point, you already have habits. Those
Okay.
habits, you're trying to change them, but they're still there.
Right.
And every habit is hard to change. It's the same as when people, for example, they do things like smoking or drinking alcohol that are like more common.
Right.
For smoking, if you have somebody who's been smoking for like 5 years, to give you an example,
Right.
it's gonna be hard for them to quit smoking out of nowhere. Normally, they do it gradually. Some are able to do it like all at once.
Yeah.
But it's no matter how you do it, it's not easy. The same happens when you're trying to change some habits on your own life and things that you do on the daily. Simple things as waking up early, maybe exercising if you're not doing it. All that, it takes time. It's not impossible, but it's definitely hard. What
Yeah.
about you? What do
No,
you
I
think?
agree, bro. I think it's just more so like, of course it's hard, like adjusting
Yeah.
things that you're not comfortable with, but I really think just like, and it's so cliche, but just like pushing yourself to kind of just get those things done, things that
Yeah.
you don't want to do, just getting them done. It just creates that discipline, to be honest with you, and that's something that's helped me personally. So
No, I think we're both on the same page when it comes to that,
100%.
and we're kind of like going through that right now, in our personal life, like
Right.
trying to just
No,
be
we're
the
still
best
growing
version
too,
of
bro.
ourselves. Yeah.
but I know we're not perfect. We're still going every single
Yeah.
day, bro.
So in terms of like, I wanted to start today because I want people that when they finish this episode, they kind of like leave with something they can actually like start using
Right.
today
Of course.
to also help them. So I think an essential part of that is like how you start your day, because for the most part, you're gonna realize this if you're not doing it already.
Yeah.
If you start your day right, it's very high chance that you're gonna finish it right. Like that's gonna
100%.
just continue throughout the whole day. So in your case, we all have different routines,
Right.
because there's no like perfect blueprint for it.
Right.
But like in your case, what would you say are your non-negotiables for a perfect start of the day as soon as you get off of the bed, like
Yeah.
to start the day the right way?
Yeah. So, of course, besides the waking up, brushing your teeth,
Yes.
stuff like that, people are gonna think I'm crazy for this, but my non-negotiables
Yeah.
in my life, one is I have to wake up and I have to work out before I start my day. That has
Okay.
been a non-negotiable for me for 10 years, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's for me. I know a lot of people might not get this, but for me, it's so mental. Like, if I don't do some sort of physical activity in the morning before I start my day,
Yeah.
I feel so tired, and I think it's just something that's so instilled in me. Like, it's just so mental for me. Like, for example, like, I'll give you an example. Like, guys, currently it's about noonish in Miami right now. It's like 12 o'clock. I got home at 6 o'clock last night. I woke up at 8 o'clock. I worked out for 2 hours, ate breakfast because I knew I was gonna be filming with Juan. I could have woken up at 11 o'clock, correct? But like,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that because that's just not who I am. So it's that little discipline. But for me, during the week, I typically wake up around 5:30 every single day, 5:15, 5:30.
Yes.
I try to get to the gym around 5:40ish, 6 latest, because I have stuff to do in the morning.
Yeah.
So usually I'm there from like 6 to 7:30, and that's that's after like the brushing the teeth and all that stuff, getting
Yes.
ready. Guys, hygiene is key too. Make sure you brush your teeth, skincare, all that stuff. But no, I think for me, I really enjoy working out in the morning, just because like of course
Yeah.
it's hard in the morning when you're sleepy, but I have found over the years it's really helped me gain natural energy. It's helped me feel good in the morning. Like the best thing for me is working out, coming home and showering, and then starting your day. Like that's the best thing in the world,
Yes.
bro. That's in my opinion.
Yes.
And everyone's different, but that's just me.
No, and for the people out there, like the purpose, of course, as he said about the energy, the purpose of working out as soon as you wake up,
Right.
is precisely because everybody, of course, will feel sleepy, will feel like tired. That's what makes it even harder when you want to wake up like earlier than usual. For example, people that tend to wake up at 5 a.m., which we're gonna get into that in a second, but it's definitely not easy. But that
It's not
working
easy.
out helps you get out of that sleepiness and tired feeling and just get ready to crush your day.
Right.
For those who either don't exercise in the morning, like maybe they just don't like it, don't prefer it,
Yeah.
or maybe your schedule doesn't allow it because maybe you do have to start to work maybe at like 6 a.m. and
Right.
it's
So
not
you go at
enough
3
time.
a.m.?
Yeah, so no, like I
I'm
mean,
just
it's
kidding.
not
I'm just
impossible, but
I'm
yeah,
just kidding, bro.
but like something else you can do to get the same feeling of like being up, wake up, and energy is the
Yeah.
cold showers. I know
Oh, it's the best.
this might be debatable for some people because there's always the debate of like, oh, is it beneficial? Is it not? But at least for the purpose of waking up and actually feel like I'm ready to go.
Right.
A cold shower could be an alternative to a workout in the morning for the same effect of being up and ready to crush
Oh,
your day.
100%, bro.
If you don't have that time to maybe do a full workout, like
100%.
preferably, we would do.
No, like I mentioned, bro, like that for me, I just like working out in the morning. That's just who I
Yes.
am. People prefer working out at nighttime, midday, whenever fits their
Yeah.
schedule, whatever ties into their schedule. But for me, like that's just what helps me. But when I think about self growth and just self improvement, your daily routine is essential. The way you structure your routine, your
Yeah.
habits. What would you say your typical, like realistic day to day routine consists of besides work? Like what your
I
day to day
mean,
routine?
Starting with the morning, just to kind of like say, pretty much everything I do, because it's not, in my case, it wouldn't be maybe only the working out. The way I like to start my day, ideally, is basically with the exercise one. Then after that, it would be like journaling.
Yeah.
I just kind of like got started into that, kind of
Right.
like writing down how I want my day to go, and kind of like plan it. That's gonna help a lot too, being organized in that sense. And then the third thing will be kind of like start to do something that will help you grow somehow. That could be listening to a podcast about somebody who's actually talking about self-growth and things
Right.
like that, or
100%.
just hearing interviews of successful people like CEOs, things like that. And then after that, I do those three things in the morning: the activity, the journaling, and then the grow part, which can take maybe like an hour, 20, or maybe half an hour each, something like that sometimes. Then I kind of like will go to my main work, which is 7:30 to 4 normally on the week, because I have a day job.
Yeah.
And then when I get back from that, if let's say one day I didn't work out in the morning, I will work out right after work,
Right.
and then sit down and work on my other projects, like continue with the self-growth, reading, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, I would say, my day-to-day. On the weekends, it's like I don't work during the day.
Right.
So I start the day the same way, but I have a more productive day in terms of working on my own stuff.
Right.
But that's pretty much it. Make sure that morning routine is like set up to start the day right, my day job, and then after that just keep working on myself and try to stay away from distractions.
Right. Yeah, and the thing is, bro, like, are you the type of person where you're very like organized? Like, if you like, do you plan like time to time, or you just like, you just go day, like you just go by your day?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to get better at that, but I'm implementing it now. But I
Okay.
haven't always been like that. But
Okay.
I've noticed that, in fact, if you actually structure your day since the beginning, and in the morning routine, you actually sit down to structure what you want to do, maybe from this time to this time, and the order in which you want to do things,
Right.
it helps a lot to make the whole
100%.
day go by, and you make sure that you make the most out of each hour of the day.
110%, bro.
And also, for the late of the day, make sure you do tasks that doesn't require that much focus. Make sure that in the morning you do the things that are the hardest, because your brain is fresh,
Yeah.
and then late in the day you can do the things that are like more lighter, and that's a good way to also like structure your day.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it, bro. To be honest, 'cause I feel like at the end of the day, you're just winding down. You just want to sleep. You want to do things that kind of relax the mind.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's schedule is different, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
you just want those little things at nighttime. But
Exactly.
it's a
No,
great
like,
thing.
like for sure. And it's something else that I would like you to tell me what you think about it. But it's basically like, now that we're saying this about our daily routine and what we do, the 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 purpose of these little things that may not seem that significant, like the journaling and maybe just
Right.
one workout, or maybe like meditating, some people, etc., is that these little things are the small things you need to do every day that will eventually help you keep the discipline and commitment to achieve those
100%,
bigger
bro.
goals later on. So have you noticed that difference when you started doing it? Like that if you start your day doing this particular amount of things, then the rest of your day go easier, versus when you are like, I'm not gonna do it today, and then you realize the rest of the day doesn't go as smooth.
Yeah, bro, 100%. But for me, my story is very different, bro, because I've been doing it for like since I was like 10 years old, bro.
Okay.
Like I've been waking up at 5:30 since I was like 10 years old. So I'm very structured. I'm the type of person where I'm very structured. I need to have a set plan. Like when I wake up, for example, I'm like, okay, 5:30 to 7 gym, 7 to 7:30 eating, whatever. 7:30 to 8 work, school, stuff like that. And then 8 to 4 school, work, stuff like that. And then when I get home, I'm very structured. So I'm like, okay, like every 30 minutes I need to do something. I can't just like
Yes.
go by day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. For me, the only time I'm not structured is during the weekends. Just because on the weekends, we're so busy during the week. For me, the weekends are my time, kind of just to relax. And like Juan was mentioning, for him, like it's his time to reflect. For me, the weekend is my time to just let loose a little bit. Just because like during the week we're so structured, and I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
But that's just what I
Yeah,
feel
it's
gives
like-
me that little life balance for me.
Yeah.
100%. So like the truth about it, guys, is I'm waking up at 5:30 Monday through Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, I'm waking up at from 7 to 9 a.m. You know what I mean? But I need it. Like we're humans. Like I can't. Not
Yeah,
every
you
single
cannot
day,
be
bro. I'm not
working
perfect.
24/7. You need that rest.
Yeah, 100%. But in terms of kind of just having a set schedule for me,
Yeah.
it's been the best thing in the world, Ron. Just because like. I don't know, like for me, like I know my schedule, I know what I need to do during the day, and I like the way I do it is just very strategic,
Yeah.
and just the way I get things done is very different, but I love it. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm just
Okay.
the type of person where when I need to get something done, I'll get it done. And
Yeah, like you have, like your word has value. If you
100%.
say you're
But
gonna
going
do
back to
something-
your
yeah.
question about has working out helped, bro, 110%. Because you got to think of it like this. Like even this morning, like I woke up and I went to the gym. After 2 hours of sleep, I was so tired. But then I came back, I showered, ate some breakfast, and like we're filming right now, and I feel amazing. Like
Yeah.
there's so many benefits. It's just. And it doesn't have to be working out, bro. It can be, like Juan said, reading in the morning, meditating, taking a cold shower, talking to someone.
Yeah.
Those are, for me, working out is just what I prefer in the morning. But for other people, whatever they like in the morning,
Yeah,
implement
it's
it
just
and it
about
works.
finding that thing that will set your mind in the right like tone, to put it like
Yeah,
that,
100%.
so that you can kind of like keep it going for the rest of the day. And something very important that I cannot stress enough is like you have to also sit down and determine what are the things that are considered distractions. For example, in my case, I mean, in everybody's case, to be honest, we all have Instagram. We all been victims of
Right.
sometimes scrolling too much.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, and once you are conscious of it and kind of like identify those things, you have to understand that you also need to make sure that while you're doing your deep work and work on your own stuff or daily job, etc., that you actually stay away from that. A good way of doing it is kind of like a schedule a time for it. Like I can be like, okay, then when I wake up, no technology, I need to accomplish these things first, and then I can start on that. Maybe some people will work like maybe leave Instagram for like after maybe 6 p.m. after they're done with the day of work.
Right.
Things like that, but you need to figure out a way of just staying away from like Instagram when it's not serving you a purpose of working. Things like Netflix, you sometimes binge on a whole series and you waste a whole day.
I don't think you have to stop, to be honest. I think it's just the type of person, to be honest with you, Juan.
Okay,
Like,
okay. No, that's good.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Like for me, like, cause I talk to people about this a lot.
Yeah,
I talk to people, like, for example, my friends. They're like, I'm on Instagram 24/7.
yeah,
But it's like you don't have to, like, in my personal opinion, because this
Yeah.
is how I am. I think if you know how to manage your time, like for me, like, I wouldn't say I'm the type of person to like not go on Instagram after 6 p.m. because I'm gonna go on it right before I sleep.
Yeah.
That's just the truth about
Yeah.
it. I watch Netflix. Like, of course I watch Netflix, but it's, for me, like, it's just like it's acknowledging that you're doing too much on it,
Exactly, that's what I
No,
mean.
no, of course, but
Yeah.
rather than like just saying like, okay, I'm not gonna go in after 6. But like I said,
Oh,
everyone,
okay.
no, everyone works
Yeah.
different. For me, I'm just, I don't know. Maybe my thing is a little bit different, but no, like Juan's right. Like just those little distractions. It's like, bro, TikTok is the worst. TikTok is
Yeah.
the worst though. Like I'm not gonna lie. I actually limited my time on TikTok because I found myself going on it for like
Yes.
2 hours. But it's just about self-discipline,
Yeah.
bro. It's just about like acknowledging what is not benefiting you. I
Yeah.
think social media is a big.
For most people, it would be a distraction, but yeah, no, like you said, and like I said as well, like of course I was giving an example, but like
Right.
you just have to realize when it's getting in the middle of your goals.
100%. Yeah.
So
100%.
as long as it doesn't get in the middle of your goals, if let's say for example you're somebody who, like you said, you in your case you use it more periodically.
Right,
If you
right.
can do that and it still doesn't get in the middle of your goals, then you're good.
Oh yeah,
For
100%.
most people, from what
I
I
know,
see,
bro.
it does get in the middle of their
I know,
goals.
bro. Everyone's,
But
it's crazy.
Yeah, but if you're somebody who actually can manage to still achieve everything you need to throughout the day, or maybe Instagram is something that you use for work as well,
Yeah.
then that's different, of course. But this is for all the people that are actually, that they're aware that this is restraining me. It's holding me back
100%.
from achieving stuff.
But-
And the same with other, things that might not be of help to you.
You know what's crazy, bro? It's
Yeah.
it's random, but this is why I love the gym, because for me the gym is like my 1.5, 2 hours of just time to not go on social media, put a podcast on, put my music on, just not talk to anybody.
Yes.
That's why I love it, bro. Cause like that's the gym is my escape from reality. That's just
Yeah.
what like helps me like just escape time.
100%.
And so that's what I'm saying. So like like when I'm at the gym, I'm not on my phone. Like that's why like I can go on social media like after, just because like I'm not on it. Like my gym time that's just me time.
Yeah.
So that's
No,
for me, that's why I love the gym, bro.
I get you. And something else that normally I do now, I wasn't doing it as much before.
Right.
When you're trying to like go through this self-improvement thing, you also of course look up to certain people, right? And you
100%.
kind of like start thinking about what are the successful people doing that I can actually take.
Right.
And something that we can all agree, if the people watching this have ever looked into it, is that everybody, when they are like the successful people, everybody always say that you need to read. Like
bro,
that's
reading is essential.
So I would say that even though everybody can have maybe different routines throughout the day, sometimes one of the non-negotiables that I believe everybody should have,
Yes.
independently of what you're doing, just to grow and kind of like get better, is reading. Like make sure that you keep reading, because that's like a lot of times you're kind of like stuff, but when you read it, it's like somebody telling it to you, so it makes you
Right.
more conscious of it.
Yeah.
And you
It's like-
can find
it's in getting engraved into your brain,
yes,
literally.
and you kind of like find even maybe better ways of achieving something you were trying to do before.
Right.
Like a different habit, how to do it, etc. So that's like a non-negotiable. Do you normally, you personally, like, do you tend to like read on the daily, or do you do it some days of the week?
I've been slacking on reading, to be honest with you. Like
Uh-huh.
I do read like I would say every 2-3 days, but
Got
it's not like an hour periodically, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But like Juan was mentioning, for me that's actually a big goal of mine. I need to start reading daily. That's what I want to do. I journal daily for sure.
Yeah.
I meditate. I want to start reading daily because I find that, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I hate reading. I don't like reading at all. I really don't.
Yeah.
But when I read, I understand that it's very knowledgeable, and like
Yes.
when you start to read consistently, like I've been reading consistently for about a year now. Before that, I never read a book in my life, but no, like when you actually like force
Yeah.
yourself to do it, like you really learn a lot, and it's like, bro, like, I mean,
You realize how
there's
important
so much,
it is.
There's so much valuable information, and depending on
Yes.
the books you read, and it's really crazy. Cause yeah, like you said, when you're reading it, it's instilled like that into your mind, so into your brain.
Yeah, no, that's another thing.
What
So,
about you?
No, in my case, I've been trying to like get into it as well. I've always like, for a lot of years, I've been reading, but I'm not gonna deny that in the past, let's say 5 years,
Right.
there were like 2 or 3 that I was really like not reading at all.
Yeah.
And now in the past 2 years, I kind of like started to take up on it more frequently.
Right.
Right now, to be honest, sometimes I cannot read one particular day. I'm trying to at least not go more than 2 days without reading.
Okay.
And when I do, I try to aim, which I'm achieving pretty much, for at least the 10 pages a day
That's
as
a
a
great
minimum.
goal.
If I can do more, better. But if not, at least 10 pages, because I think that's pretty good to at least have something significant, significant amount.
What do you think about audiobooks?
Personally, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Because if I'm listening, like, the thing is this: if you kind of like give your attention to too many things, your brain is gonna like not be able to like handle it as efficient as when you're paying attention to one thing. So
Right.
when I'm hearing the audiobooks, for example, if I do that because I tried it but I didn't like it,
Yeah.
I'm hearing that, but it's like at the gym. Sometimes you have a song on, but you're doing your set, and you kind of like really have that in the background, but you're not like paying that attention
Yeah, you're
to it
not
because
paying
you're on the set.
attention.
The same happens with the book. If I'm hearing it here, but I'm looking at the buildings and everything, for periods of time, I'm gonna space out. But when I'm actually reading it, it's like my vision, every sense is like on that book.
Yeah.
So for me particularly, I find it better when I actually read it.
100%.
Do you prefer the audiobooks?
I've never tried an audiobook. I mean, besides school and everything, like years ago. But like for me, yeah, it's like I space out when I just listen to stuff. I can't.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to do it, bro.
For some people it works, you know. For some people
No,
it
100%.
works.
For me,
but
I need to like actually read and
yeah,
you know
me
look
too.
at the stuff.
I prefer to read it, and I can do digital or physical. I prefer physical, but
Right.
if it's digital, at least on the computer, it's like a bigger screen, because on the cell phone it's so tiny that I've
Right.
tried to do it, and it's just a little bit hard for me at least
Right.
to kind of like be a student, not have to like zoom things out, etc.
Right.
But yeah, overall, as soon as you get up on reading every day,
Yeah.
you're gonna realize, if you're not doing it, you're gonna realize the change. You know, like it's just, you're gonna be like, why didn't I start before doing this?
Yeah. No, bro. The best way we can put it is just you literally just have to start.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, too bad. You're gonna have to do it. That's just the truth about it. Like that's the only way you're
Yeah.
gonna self grow. Like think about it, bro. Like let's say, I'll give an analogy. Let's say you're chubby and you want to lose weight. You have to start. Like you have to start going to the gym. You have to start eating healthy. Like
Yes.
that's the only way you're gonna create discipline, is by forcing yourself to do things that you don't want to do.
Yeah, until
And-
it becomes
and
natural.
100%. And 90% of the time, people will never want to do it. But yeah, until it comes natural, you're gonna find that once it becomes natural, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And one thing you have to understand about self growth is like during the you have to learn how to embrace the process and enjoy every single moment. Cause
Yeah.
if
100%.
if you're doing it just because you feel forced to do it, it's not worth it. You have to do it because you want to do it. You want to improve yourself as a person. And once you really master it, bro, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
So, and like I'm still growing every single day. I don't even think I'm perfect. Like I'm still I'm learning new things every single day. I'm still learning and growing, and you know I still not every day is easy, but like you have to embrace every single second of the journey. So
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. So apart from reading, because
Right.
we already mentioned about the things that we do like in the morning and everything,
Right.
but like we mentioned before as well, it may not be the same for everybody in terms of their routine, so it's things that you can play with. In my case, I mentioned reading as the thing that I believe should be the thing in common, no matter who you are and what you're doing and what your routine is.
Right.
Do you have any other thing during the day that you would say everybody should have, like everybody could at least benefit if they did? That would be a non-negotiable, no matter what your routine may be during the day? Or
this
for
is,
you, it
this
would
is gonna
be-
sound
yeah.
crazy, bro. This is gonna sound crazy, but I would say reach out to family every single day, because and I know it's very, very random, bro, but for
Yeah.
me and my family are like this. We're very close. So I can be having a very bad day, or I can be having the best day of my life. But what makes my day even better is like texting my mom and my dad or my brother. And
Yeah, just keep in touch with those close ones.
yeah, that's a non-negotiable for me, bro. Just because I'm so close with family, like hearing from them brings the light and joy to my day. It's like working out as well.
Yeah.
So that's something that I cherish, you know, from the bottom of my heart. But if in terms of like something physical, I would say something that's really helped me, bro, is just journaling. And me and Juan talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Journaling is the best thing. Writing your stuff down, because I was telling Juan this, or no, I was telling someone else this. It wasn't even you. So I have
Yeah.
to tell you this actually, but I've been journaling for about a year now, bro. And I was just mentioning like 5 minutes ago, like I'm still learning and growing every single day, right?
Uh-huh.
So when I read what I write, like a year ago, 2 months ago, even a week ago, you see like every single day how your mind is changing, what you're thinking about.
Yes.
And that's the best part about self-growth, because it's like you're writing how you feel, you're writing what you think, and then you look back at it like 2 weeks later, a month later, a year later, so on.
Yeah.
And you say like, okay, like, dang, I was thinking about this, or I like this, or I was worrying about this, and now it's like it doesn't bother me
Yeah.
anymore. Like, and that's the best part about journaling, bro, because you're logging you're logging everything. And it's
Yes.
the best thing ever. So what about you?
No.
Do you journal?
I did. Like I said in the beginning, I started recently. Like it looks like you've been doing it for more than me, like a while.
Yeah.
I started literally like in the past month.
Okay.
I recently bought an actual journal because I try to do it like
Yeah, me
on the
too.
computer.
Right.
But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write it
No,
down.
no,
I feel
handwrite
like-
it, bro.
Yeah. So I actually purchased a journal like 2
Nice.
weeks ago.
It's his diary, guys.
Yeah, and I kind of like started writing down now stuff in the mornings. And basically, in my case, how do you go about it? Because in my case, journaling can be like a very broad thing in the sense that you can journal about so many things, right?
Yeah.
Some people, it will work for them, like in my case, to just kind of like journal about analyzing my days and see what things I can improve
Right.
and how I want my day to go. But people
Yeah.
can also journal about just the things they're grateful for, an event that happened that is significant to you,
Yeah.
and that you can go back to later on and kind of like remember those things.
Right.
It can be a way of just releasing stress. If you
Yeah.
had a bad day and just writing it down, like all these things that are going through your mind.
Right.
In your case, how do you do it? I do it more like goal oriented, just specifically to like how I want my day to go. But what do you
Yeah,
journal about normally?
that's kind of where me and you are different in that sense, bro.
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't journal for my goals. Like
Yeah.
I have my goals in my head already,
Yeah, yeah.
but I journal more so for reflection. So
Okay,
like for
okay.
example, like it kind of depends. Like I try to do it at nighttime,
Uh-huh.
but like sometimes it'll be like midday or something, and like I journal about the most random things, like how was my day, or like what did I take away from that day, or if it's like
Yeah.
if I talked to like a girl or something, or like
Yeah,
the gym
everything,
or something, everything, like it's just random stuff. But I'm not writing like sentences. I'm just writing bullet points because
Yeah.
I just write like 1 or 2 words.
Got it.
But for me, it's more so just reflection.
Okay, yeah. Just analyzing everything that you're doing at the moment.
Right, yeah, because for me, like, of course, like, no one, of course, we know our goals, but
Yeah.
for me, like, when I look back at my journaling, oh, that's another thing, but my handwriting needs to get a lot better. It's really bad. But, no, bro, like, when I look back at my stuff, like, it's just, like, you reflect and you're just like, okay, like, let's say I had a bad day, I was stressing about something that's not even relevant.
Yes.
I'll look back at it, read it, I'm like, dang, like, why was I stressing about that? Like, there's
Yeah.
no need to, you know what I mean? And you read it, you learn from it, you take it in, and you grow from it, so,
No.
so important, bro.
100%. And I have something. There's something that I haven't done, but I also noticed that a lot of successful people that I've either read on a book or that I actually know in person, they do it and they all say it works for them.
What is it?
I'm gonna tell you in a second, but I just want to clarify that in this case I'm talking from others people's experience. It's something I'm gonna start implementing, but I haven't done it yet, and that's
Right.
like going to an actual motivation like speech. You know, when
Oh,
when
yeah,
these people
investing
come
your
to talk,
time and money.
yeah, like at least I heard from somebody that I know personally. He said that go to one once a month at least. Like you don't have to, necessarily do it every week. We have things to do, but at least make sure that once a month you try to go to an event about motivation, about like hearing the story from somebody else who maybe already made it,
Right.
just to keep that fire up. Just to keep that motivation going,
Right.
and kind of like I don't know, just keep the momentum. Not let it like
100%,
that
bro.
down. So have you done it already, or what do you think about it?
I haven't, like, I've been to events where I've spoken to people, but like I
Yeah.
haven't put the time in, like, really the thought to
Yeah,
go to
like
these events.
actually.
I need to
go
do
to
it.
one.
I need to do it, but I do have mentors.
Yeah.
I do have mentors, and the one thing that they always tell me is, go to events.
Yes.
And that's another thing, guys. With self-growth, you need to, in anything, investing, growing,
Yeah.
you need to pay to play. That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
You need to pay to play. If you're gonna invest your money into going to an event and hearing from someone that's a billionaire, it is so knowledgeable and it is very valuable because you gain that knowledge and you listen to someone that has that experience of what they did and what worked best for them. And I think that's something I want to get into as well, because it's like, bro, like you're literally listening to someone that's like established, like literally established.
Yeah.
And maybe you listen to them and they have a lot of similarities to you, and it motivates you. What if you don't feel motivated and you listen to someone and they have like a similar story to you?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of why I want to do it as well. I haven't really put that much thought into it, but I should do it.
And now that you mentioned that about the fact that you're listening to somebody who already made it,
Right.
something I want to clarify here, because a lot of people, this used to happen to me as well. I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah.
A lot of times you do read either a book or seeing somebody about the self-improvement thing, and they will tell you about what they did to get to where they are today, the little habits they applied, etc.
Right.
And a lot of people, something that happens frequently is that a lot of people read a book, but they don't apply what they read.
That was me.
Or they read it and they think immediately without even trying it first, because maybe some things that they read doesn't sound like that logical or whatever.
Right.
They may think like, that's not gonna work. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like maybe it worked for him, but I don't think it's gonna work for me. And they don't even try it. And you have to understand that these people that already made it, if they give you an advice and you're actually looking to improve yourself, and they're saying this thing in particular helped me,
Right.
I would at least say that it's not that everything will apply to everybody,
Yeah.
but at least give it a try, because a lot of times until you try it, that's when you realize, damn, this actually works.
100. I agree on that actually, and I want to elaborate on that. I agree on that actually, because one of my biggest flaws that I was really put the time
Yeah.
into, it was like what you were saying, like you see on social media, people want you to take these courses and all this stuff, like, you know, courses, selling courses, coaching, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was always the type of person, and I still am, but I'm learning, where I'm like, everyone's different. Everyone has a different way of thinking. Everyone has different strategies. So it's like, what is it for me to really take their stuff and implement it into my life? But like Juan was saying, when you actually listen to, like, hear them out, listen, you realize like they have so much similarity. Maybe they have similarities, and then you're like, okay, like I'm gonna actually listen and take it in. And that's why I have mentors, because my mentors, they're very similar to me, and they share my interests, and that's why I decided to get mentors. I've had mentors for the longest time, because you never know, bro. Like, someone can be a billionaire when they can be the exact same person as you. Like, literally.
Yeah, no, they literally, like you never know the story behind somebody, and sometimes
bro,
because of the
100%.
visuals, we think things that are not true.
100%.
So no, that's true. And something I'm reading, now that you said that about a billionaire being like maybe same as you,
Right.
is that precisely too. This is very important. A lot of people see people that are successful, and they automatically think that this
hate.
person. No, what I was gonna say is that they think that this person has something special that they don't have, or that they were some type of genius, etc.
No, bro.
When most of the time, it's just people like you and me. The difference is that these people actually had the commitment in believing in themselves,
100%.
in going through it even when nobody else did, and also they actually put the work and discipline they need to. Most of the people, what they do is that they start something. I've been a victim of that. I'm not gonna say I haven't done it. They start something, and then they don't see progress real fast, and they quit.
That's the thing, bro. A lot of people, they want to be successful, and they want to make money, but they're not willing to do the stuff. Like, they're not willing to sacrifice time. They're not willing to sacrifice parties. They're not willing to sacrifice friends, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The wrong friends. And that is so important, bro, because that's the truth about it, bro. When you're on your self-growth journey, you're going to lose a lot.
Yes,
that's the truth about it, bro.
Until you start gaining.
100%. You're gonna be in a dark place 24/7. You're gonna go through dark times. You're not gonna think straight. But that's literally the journey. But that's something that, like, a lot of people are not willing to go through. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
they want to get to the good part right away.
Yeah, but it's okay. Like, if you want to stay in your comfort zone, we're not judging you. Like, if you're happy with your life, you're happy. Like, we don't have any say in it. But to really, I think I'm not even successful, but that's the goal, right? But I understand that, like, little things, bad friends, your environment, you know, your diet, your habits, like, those are things that will really define you as a person.
Yes, they will.
And I'm willing to go through, like, all that stuff, and I've done it, bro. Like, I've cut out, as messed up as it is, like, I've cut out a lot of people that I felt weren't beneficial in my life, because, like, they just wanted to drink the whole day. You know what I mean? It's like, those are it's hard. It's not easy, bro, but you have to do that stuff.
No,
like, little
you do.
that.
And like you said, it's definitely not easy, especially because
It's
a lot
not,
of people,
bro. It's hard.
a lot of people, like, we're humans. Humans are not made to be alone.
Right.
It's normal to want human interaction, socialize, friends, but when you're going into, like, self-improvement, entrepreneurship, also, like in general, you're gonna realize that probably most of the people around you are not in that mindset, and because they're not gonna understand when you start making the change why you're doing it, or maybe some of the things that
they're
you're
not gonna
doing,
get it, bro.
they might even stop reaching out to you, maybe talking to you when you start saying no to go out, etc. And a lot of people, when they go through this phase, they kind of like stumble, to put it like that, and kind of like sometimes go back to old habits just because they don't want to lose those friends. But what they don't realize is that sometimes those friends are not good for you, and even if you lose those now, you have to understand that once you make it to the other side, you're gonna make new ones 100%. That are actually gonna support you and help you grow even more.
Yeah, bro, you need people that support you.
Yeah.
There's two types of people, bro, and this is the truth about life. There's people that accept, and there's people that just don't know how to accept. Like, for me, bro, no, it's so true, bro. For me, like, I'm the type of person where, let's say, for example, someone decides to come out of their life, right?
Yeah.
I would respect it. I'll be like, hey, like, I'm the type of person where I'll be like, listen, I'm sorry I couldn't benefit you in any sort of way. I'm sorry that you felt like I wasn't a part of your life. I shouldn't be a part of your life. And it's just, that's life, bro. Or there's people that are like, oh, you know, like, you know, you're making a mistake. But no, it's like, bro, your self-improvement journey, like, even if someone decides to cut you off or you cut someone off, there should be no explanation. You have to do what's best for you, bro. You have to, you know, make decisions based on what you feel is gonna elevate you in any sort of way, and just go from there, bro. You have to. And you don't need to explain to people, bro. Nothing. Like, you don't have to explain anything that involves.
You have to believe in you, and period, and then go all the way through.
You have to, and a lot of people look at it as like a-hole move, you know, like an a-hole move, but it's not, bro. It's really not. It's just I respect it, bro, because I know a lot of people that go through that stuff. Like, it's not, bro. It's not easy. It's really not. Like, you don't want to lose your childhood friends, but like, let's say for example, you had a friend. I had a friend that I've known him since I was 3 years old. I'm not gonna say his name, but I stopped talking to him about a year ago because all he wanted to do was make bad decisions. You know. I'm not gonna say what he was doing, but I understood. I was like, listen, like, my childhood friend, one of my best friends. But if you're not growing with me, if you don't want to grow, and you don't want to listen to me when I'm trying to help you out, look out for you as a friend, I can't have you in my life then. It's not going to benefit me in any sort of way.
Yeah, it is. And
it's hard, bro. It's so hard, but...
It is true, but it's needed.
It's needed, bro. You have to go through that stuff.
And it's part of the journey, so yeah, damn, the conversation actually went really good. Like, just for people seeing out there, when you're doing, we're really realizing this now. When you're doing a podcast, sometimes we come without a script, you know? We know the topic, but we don't have a script.
The truth, our first episode, guys, we filmed it like 5 times. Our first episode, we had questions. Today, we didn't have our questions, like, even the last episode.
Yeah.
And that's something me and Juan were talking about off camera, like, we're just having a convo. Like, that's why I like it. Like, and we enjoy it because we're just talking to each other.
Yeah.
And it's flowing. And we see it every single episode, guys. Like we said, growing. Like, we're good. You know, like we're going with you guys too.
I'm pretty happy about what we discussed today. We actually.
Next episode though, what do we want to give them, like, a little bit of insight of?
Well, as you all know, because we've of course said it before, but this is about self-growth and also fashion, right? Yeah. So we kind of like want to go between the two topics. So I believe if we talk about self-growth today, I think the next one could be a little.
We want to talk about. Me and Juan mentioned this. We want to talk about fashion, but it's like seasonal fashion.
Yeah.
Especially living in Miami.
Yeah.
You know, like, guys, right now, like, Miami, it never gets cold, but like, it's been chilly. Like, we want to talk about like stuff we can wear, summertime, you know, winter. Especially me coming from California, Juan coming from Puerto Rico. We have two different, like, you know, climate systems, stuff like that, weather and stuff like that. So we want to talk about all that stuff. So we're gonna shift more into the fashion side of things next one, and then we'll kind of shift back into the more self-growth. We want to go back and forth, like, that's
because we truly believe, like we said it before, we're gonna keep repeating it because we want you to understand, like, how you dress has a lot to do with how you feel.
You're attiring your life,
and therefore it's gonna help you believe more in yourself, be more confident, and actually just go with everything else. Like, it's very related, and we're gonna dive 100%. A lot more into like how does it help, like, in general. Like in the first episode, we discussed some of it, but there's a lot more that we can discuss and go more in depth, and we're gonna be doing that on the next episode. So thank you all for watching the podcast.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited, guys. we like, we're proud of our growth. Like, literally just having a convo. Like, it's so cool to see. But like, guys, without further ado, this is the second episode of Attiring Life, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.